You thinking about moving to San Antonio in the Texas Hill Country? Let's discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly. The first thing we need to talk about let's get that first foremost out the way. It's hot. It's Texas. It's real hot. It's not going to get colder. We're not going to freeze in July. We're not going to need our sweaters. We're going to need shorts, air conditioners, and anything that's going to keep us cool. Now, the other thing we need to think about is if you don't have allergies, the running joke in this town is if you don't have them, you will soon. So we have cedar fever. If you've never seen a cedar tree release all of their cedar, it is a sight to behold. So something to think about. Now let's talk about some really fun thing. One of my favorite things is that this is a military city USA. That's what they call San Antonio. And we're very proud to have 4 military bases. There's lots of retired military people, so there's lots of things for them to do. And that's important to us here in San Antonio in the Texas Hill Country. Another one of my favorite things is that they give back to the community. So we have this thing, it's called Fiesta. And we have this thing called NIOSA. It's where we raise money to maintain our beautiful city in the inside of San Antonio. It's where we go out, we have a party, we buy things from booths, and all of the money is donated back to the city of San Antonio to help maintain our old streets. Our city is 176 years old, and that's important to us, the heritage is. The next thing that's really important is live music. There is not one day of the week that I can't drive 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and go find live music. Now, do you like wine? Well, the wine country is only an hour away. But even here in anywhere from New Braunfels, Texas, all the way to Boerne, Texas, within 20 minutes of the city of San Antonio, there's wine. So there's plenty of that to do. And again, live music. Or if you really want the experience, you can drive an hour and a half away to Fredericksburg, where you can enjoy the wineries and enjoy a glass of wine and visit with all of the locals that live there as well. Now, the whiskey is up and coming here in the Texas Hill Country. We're finding several distilleries that are popping up and brewing their own local things. So it's really nice to see that as well. In New Braunfels, Texas, and every November, we have a festival, and it's called Wurst Fest. And it's 3 weekends in a row that we celebrate all things beer and sausage, sauerkraut. And if you've never heard rock and roll polka music, you have not lived. Something that's really important here in the Texas Hill Country is that during the holidays, it looks like Hallmark USA, where there's lights everywhere. We light up the town halls in Boerne and New Braunfels and Bergheim. We light all these things up. We have Christmas lights, and we enjoy all of the things holiday season. And just because Christmas is over, don't think we stop there, because it goes all year long. 4th of July, there's a hometown parade where you sit on the steps of the street and you just enjoy people walking around with the fire trucks. It's a wonderful experience. One of the things we also need to talk about is that the city of San Antonio and the surrounding cities are definitely growing. Right now, we're sitting at 2 million people with another 500,000 looking to come. So now is definitely the time to be thinking about joining our city and our surrounding areas. Something else that you need to realize is that San Antonio is still the cheapest place to move to. It's cheaper than Houston, it's cheaper than Dallas, and it's definitely cheaper than Austin. So now is the time to be thinking about moving instead of waiting for those interest rates. Now, this is something I really want to dive into. Interest rates as of January were in the upper 6s, low 7s. They are going to come down. The Fed has signaled that it's going to come down. All these super smart people are telling us they are going to come down, and they will. But this is where you have to be smart. You need to realize that you're in a position to buy a home cheaper than you will in 6 months. Will your interest rate be cheaper? Sure, but this is what we do. We buy the home and save the money. Then we turn around and we refinance when the interest rate is lower. And your realtor should be explaining this to you. She should be explaining all of the differences there are, so you can not only maximize your money, but also save yourself time in doing all these things. So that's most important. The next thing you need to think about, taxes in Texas are different than they are in other states. So although you're going to be paying local taxes, and the taxes run anywhere from 1.8 to upwards of right at about 3, I would say, these get paid in with your mortgage. But we don't have other taxes, so it is still cheaper for our Texans to live here. So that's most important for you to know. Something I want to talk about is I've been in the industry for over 18 years, and I have built homes and I have sold homes all the way from the Gulf of Mexico, all the way through San Antonio and Austin and Dallas. So now is the time for us to find you your Texas Hill Country dream.